been speaking to a couple of guys about it, but it's a double slot switcher with a pretty easy, it's a triple blocker, but the block in the middle is a pretty easy block to fly in either slot.
Okay.
So if you're going to get a combination of a round, of a one round, this is a best combination to have your slot switching blocks in. So this is 1236. Wendy, if you're listening, I gave you the numbers there, rather than the actual names of the blocks, which I've looked up. The names of these blocks are, if I can find them, yeah, so you've got a pinwheel, block 12, block 3 is a head down accordion to head down accordion, and number 6 is a snowflake.
Okay.
So I think both 12 and 3 everything is head down, and I think block 6 you have head down to head up. So the tricky thing here could potentially be the 3 to the 6 and the 6 back to the 12, because you've got the levels on the head up and the head down. So interesting facts, the Russians pulled something out of the bag on round 5.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Funky engineering?
Funky engineering.
What was that then?
They kind of had cheated grips at the start of one of the blocks, where because you're basically both meant to fly up, whoever's going from head down to head up to head down, and then take the grips. But you can actually take the grips and fly it together. And they did that, and all the other teams were like, we didn't do that, we didn't spot that at all. And we should have done that, exactly.
Were they fast?
Yeah. So in round 5, the FlyStation VFS got 20 on that round, but the Golden Knights looked amazing.
Yeah.
I've got 22. And FlySpot Definition, they looked smooth but just never got their rhythm.
Yeah.
And they lost 6 points on one round.
Story of my life. Fucking smooth. Can't get into rhythm. Can't get the soundtrack in the head to match up.
And
So
music in your head's a good thing, huh?
6 totally.
They lost 6 points. It's possible, huh? That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
It's that was Team Elements. Looking good, looking happy. From Belgium. And currently they are lying in 6th place, averaging a 20 after 5 rounds. Next in we have Team. Wait for it. I like watching these guys, I can actually figure out what they're doing. It's a nice level shot there. This is really good for people like me. I'm learning as I'm watching and talking about it. It's great.
Awesome. That's was a big thing for me in free fly. I used to, when I started out, I used to edit boogie videos of the big best free fly events. So I couldn't fly with anybody because I was nowhere near good enough. I got to sit 12 hours in a room watching them all fly and being like, this is awesome, that is awesome, this is awesome. So yeah, goes in, I think.
I'll watch a lot of video, but I find that I like watching other people learning. Because for me, it's kind of like people that are a little bit ahead, a lot ahead, but learning something different.
Yeah.
Because I can relate to that. When I watch really super groovy flyers fly, I'm like, just can't feel it.
Just gotta change your brain. Relate to the super groovy. Get super groovy.
I am ninja.
Exactly.
I am ninja.
Fake it till you make it, babes. That's what
This
the
is
rest
my
of the world
mantra.
is doing.
High five.
Have that.
Oh yeah. Next in, your buddies, SDC Core.
World champions.
Oh yeah.
World champion Kai Kai in there. That's his full name now.
Full
title.
name, Kai Kai.
No, world champion Kai Kai.
World champion Kai Kai. Okay. They got 23 on that round, on round 5. It goes to show what I can tell. I thought it'd be like, high 20s. But I got that wrong.
Okay.
Yet again, I admit I'm wrong. Broad shoulders.
I suppose it's a little slower when they have these full spinning pieces, which I'm not sure what that's called, but...
Yeah, these, I think that is... So the spinny pieces... Actually, all the pieces are spinning pretty much on this, because 3 blocks. That was I understand that's a head up accordion.
They are insanely fast.
Just look amazing.
Really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Boom.
The levels aren't an issue for them, are they?
No,
it's
they're
fantastic.
And great, just in synchronicity all the time.
That was a great round from SDC Core. Next in, we should have Team iFLY Toronto VFS, who are currently in 5th place, averaging just under a 22. So generally speaking, I've been speaking to a few of the VFS flyers, and they've generally been saying this is a quick meet. Namely because you've got, in this round we have the slot switchers in one round. So it's a double slot switcher, which means that they don't have to worry about flying different pieces. Slot switching themselves in the different pieces. And it also, you can see just from the scores, we've SDC Core are currently averaging 31, and even in the middle of the pack, this team currently flying at the moment, Team iFLY Toronto VFS, are currently averaging just below a 22, which most people, if you look at the FS leaderboard, will think that's pretty high average. So there's a little bit of information for you. Team, wait for it. I know they've just flown in the tunnel, but they've been suffering a little bit from getting quite a few busts, and the busts have been from where the grip's actually taken on the close of certain blocks. I think they had that with the arrowhead yesterday, potentially, where you can take whose grip you actually take. So if you're taking whoever's spinning, or if you have a 3-piece spinning, you could take one arm or the other arm, and it's actually quite important that they take the right arm, and I think they've been suffering from a few busts here and there, and I'm sure that if they clean that all up, it'll be much easier for them. They'll score a lot higher. So next in the tunnel we have Team aVFSome. Team aVFSome are currently lying in 8th place, averaging just over 17.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Team aVFSome. They look very smooth. It might not be as fast as some of the other teams, but it looks nice and smooth. So obviously learning their craft. Team aVFSome. Next up we've got the Golden Knights, who had an awesome round 5. 22 points, just 1 point behind SDC Core. They look fast, super fast. So obviously that round suited them.
They're battling for the 3rd, is that right?
Yes, they're currently in 3rd place.
Excellent, cool. So they took it on the last round. Cool.
Those 6 points, they're now 4 points ahead of FlySpot Definition. Let's see what they do here. Looking fast, looks good. This looks very clinical and very clean. Oh, a bit of a... I have got the commentator's curse. As soon as I say something, the thing happens. Get busted a few points there. Bet they brought it back. I'd be disappointed with that. But it still looks fast. Must be the nature of turning the pieces, as you said, Anna. Turning these pieces and with the levels can, it's a momentum. It's the same as the FS, isn't it? If it
it's like, did you see that?
No, I just missed it.
It's like just going for the last grip.
Flying through it.
Cool.
Next up, we got Team FlyStation VFS, the Russians. I wonder what they're going to pull out the bag this time.
Oh, Ruskies. FlyStation looking good. Super fast. Hello, Regan.
Hello, Ray. I'm back in the studio.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Been a busy session. We've been out on the floor and over to the hotel and out in the tent interviewing all the teams, getting the gossip and the up-to-date information.
Talking to people.
Yeah, checking out, you know, with Hayabusa and the French there and asking how they were enjoying this battle at the top. Obviously, they're loving it, you know. Last thing Hayabusa want is to be 20 points in the lead all the time.
No, exactly. This must be great for them.
Yeah, they're loving it.
So next in we have the Skyriders.
What's been happening while I've been away, Ray? What's the scoop?
Well, there's been loads of stuff going on. So we just had a very interesting round 6 for the FS.
Yeah.
There was a slot switching block in the front and very different engineering across the whole breadth of everybody flying that round. Actually, it was quite interesting to see how some teams dealt with it and some didn't. And both Hayabusa and Windy look strong.
Yeah.
It's difficult to tell.
Right.
Always look like clockwork and maybe look like they have a little bit more energy. And I called it. I didn't get it in the last round, but I didn't factor in the bus. So we'll see what happens.
And what about the juniors with the French and the Canadians? How's that heating up?
Yeah, no, that's interesting because there was 19. I think it was a 19 L7.
Yeah.
The top French team and the tunnel vision team, the Canadian tunnel vision team, they looked like the 8 and 19s weren't closing stationary. So it'll be interesting to see if the judges pick up on any of that. But it looks like their counterparts, so France 2 and the Air Devils, who flew after, picked up on that. And we're definitely closing those 19. So we could see some changes in that leaderboard in the juniors.
It's an incredible situation to have France and Canada joint first and France and Canada joint third.
Brilliant,
yeah, it's brilliant. I've never seen that before.
It's great.
What a future that sport's going to have.
Amazing. It's really good stuff. Moment in the tunnel, we have FlySpot Definition, who are currently in 4th place, averaging just over a 26 average. They lost 6 points to the Golden Knights in the last round. They never seem to get that rhythm for that dive, and they've got it back here. They're flying pretty fast. Looks like they're on a mission to catch up some points. FlySpot Definition definitely putting some money into this one. The Polish team, home team. FlySpot Definition. See what the scores are in when they come in.
Well, thank you very much, Ray. Good morning there from the FS for us. Round 6 is done and in the bag. If you